Well, hello there, my zealots. This is Joshua coming at you today. What's up? So, in today's video, I actually had an interesting question with somebody. Actually, I have a friend of mine that had some questions about polygamy, and I would what you would call out of the closet. I don't hide the fact that I'm a polygamist. In fact, whenever I get into a dating situation, all that time, everybody, the women that I'm in the relationship with, know that I'm a polygamist. I don't hide it. However, I am basically, I've never been in a truly polygamous relationship. Not really. Not once. But I know that I can fall in love with more than one woman at the same time. And this is kind of why I'm putting this video together. Because I'm realizing that in our society, nobody knows how to do it. Nobody knows how to be in a polygamous relationship. And more than anything, it's like, because guys don't know that I mean, in our society, they don't allow polygamy. They allow monogamy. And if a man falls in love with another woman, he is considered a dirtbag. He's just an arsehole. Nobody likes him. They just treat him like he's a pariah. However, I mean, if you look at it as if you see gayness as like, or homosexuality as a thing that you are born with, and the Bible doesn't necessarily agree or disagree with that, is the sin of sleeping with another man is the sin. But it says if a man is chooses to live or is born a eunuch, chooses to live a life eunuch, or made a eunuch, he doesn't sin. So in that respect, a man, if he has no natural affection for women, that's not evil. However, conversely, if I have natural affection for multiple women, that would also mean that I could be born that way, right? If a man doesn't have natural affection for women, he can be born that way, according to what the scriptures say. And if a man does have natural affection for multiple women, well, obviously that's in the scriptures too. So the problem is, in our society, they don't allow for polygamy. Okay, so the only way men find out about this is they fall in love with a woman, they're with that woman, and then they fall in love with another woman. They're like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble now, because they think in their minds, and what society teaches is that you have to ditch this first girl and marry this other girl, because obviously if you really love this girl, you wouldn't fall in love with this girl, which is BS. Don't buy that. So I always tell people, I'm like, oh, so this video that I'm putting out there is basically an introductory guide to how to handle a polygamist relationship when you first enter one with a woman that doesn't even know that you're a polygamist, because you don't even know that you're a polygamist. Okay? And this is kind of the exact same advice I gave this dude. I said, listen, treat it like you're coming out of the closet. And I'm going to be, I'm just trying to put everything in the best light possible so you can save your relationship. All right? Because you're in one, obviously, because it wouldn't be an issue if you hadn't. So what you do is you come up and you make it very serious. You say, I need to talk to you. It's a very serious topic. I need your full undivided attention. You sit her down and you make her feel the weight of the scenario. And you say, listen, I have been living a lie for a very long time. I need you to be aware of it. I have fallen in love with somebody, and I need you to understand that this does not change how I feel about you. I am a polygamist. When you say it like that, if you say it like that, it sounds like she builds it up. She's like, and now you're like, listen, I've done nothing in this situation. You should never do anything until you pass it with her first. Don't get her on board first. Say, listen, I didn't know I was a polygamist. I now realize that I am a polygamist and that I don't want to keep anything from you. Okay? I need your help to get me through this. And listen, I am not going to be seeking after any women unless you're on board with this and you're willing to be helping me through it. Now, that is a fantastic way. Now, if they're not as amenable to that scenario, and hopefully you handle it better than I did when I went through that scenario, my scenario, it got pretty brutal. Anyway, but the point is that you need to make sure that if your woman that you're with loves you and is submissive to you and wants to be in a relationship with you, and you are honest with her about every aspect of what's going on in your life, You have to let her know, listen, I want you to be there with me. I want you to help me through this. And I don't want our relationship to be damaged at all. You have to make sure that the relationship with her is your priority. And you don't do anything to screw that up. All right. And every time you have these feelings and every time you hang out with a person or a specific individual that is that person that you're in love with or you're feeling very attracted to, you need to let her know what you're going through. Think of it like if a gay man was like talking to his best friend. Now I don't say that homosexuality is godly, because it's not. But what I'm saying is like you see it in the movies all the time, where the gay man is like talking to his best friend, which is a girl, and he's saying, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, listen, just be that way with your woman and say, listen, I'm feeling this about this person and I need your help. And she'll help you through it. And if she's having issues, you help her through it. And make sure that she is priority. And also, don't get into a situation where you're saying, I'm going to ditch one for another. If you're with your girl and you say, I just want to sleep with this girl, that is a no-go. You are not allowed to just randomly sleep with chicks. That is ungodly, unrighteous. Do not do it. That is considered fornication. And that is a sin. It's an equal sin to homosexuality. So you can't be just randomly screwing every woman that you find sexually attractive. That's not how this works. How it works is that you find a woman that you're interested in and you sleep with her and you have the mentality of being committed to them forever. This is how the mentality works. And this is how it's supposed to be. You can't just be randomly hooking up with chicks. Yeah. And I am not a perfect person. I've done many mistakes. Anyway, so I'm talking about it from a biblical perspective. Okay? So this is how it's supposed to be. So you find this woman, you let your wife know, you let her figure out her level of interest. You tell her, this is where I want us to be. You're the man of the relationship. You say, this is our goal. My goal is to get us to a place where I have a relationship with both of you that is eternal, or that is forward moving, that is committed lifelong. Now you go to your first wife and you say, how can I get there with you? What can I do to not lose your trust and faith in me? How can I get you on board with us moving forward in this three-way relationship rather than just us in a monogamous relationship? And if you keep her involved in the entire relationship, the likelihood of her sticking around throughout the entire relationship is better. Do not attempt to manipulate, and don't even put yourself in a situation where it could be perceived as manipulation, because if she believes that you are manipulating her, it's going to damage her trust in you, and that's going to undermine your entire relationship. So do not do that. You have to remember, you're looking for a committed relationship with women that you are in love with. Every single woman that you are supposed to be in a relationship with, you're supposed to be committed to. So don't let that distract you. Don't get caught up in your sexual urges, because being a polygamist is not just about meeting your sexual urges. Being a polygamist is about being a leader in your family and leading them towards righteousness and godliness and raising up children in that righteousness and godliness. If you put your faith in God and God's word, the blessings in God's word will come to pass, and they will overcome the evil in your life. So it is the hardest thing for a man to figure out that he's actually a polygamist when he has thought for so long that he's monogamous. It is not an easy standard to uphold. It is not an easy standard to overcome. But as we walk forward in this mentality, when we start realizing and being honest with ourselves about our true feelings and our true hearts and our true perspective, and we are open and honest with our partners on every level, and always making sure that our partner's emotional needs are taken care of. You cannot forget to take care of your partner's emotional needs. That's something that I did wrong. I forgot to take care of my partner's emotional needs. I was more concerned about my own. So you have to make that a priority, because if you make that a priority, if you make your partner's priority, or emotional needs your priority, then she will reciprocate. Anyway, I'm Joshua. This is how to be a polygamist 101. I love God because I love virtue, justice, and salvation. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for the dogs barking. I tried to ignore them to the best of my ability. And Saturdays, 10 o'clock, be there, be square. We're having Bible Slam. We're going into Psalms chapter 3. We might even get to chapter 4. Woo! All right, take it easy. You have a great day. Peace out. I love God because I love virtue, justice, and salvation. They're awesome.